stuff.
Uh, Hey guys, welcome to another lesson of Pro Teacher Noob. Today I have with me Ingrid.
Hello!
And today we are continuing going over Morrison stuff, but not with Green Lantern. Instead, we're going over Multiversity, a project that took Morrison years to get going, where he goes over some of the various different alternate universe stories.
Mm-hmm. And I really like how the graphic design on this cover is set up already. On the left side, you have all of these different circles with numbers in them in a nice arranged color scale, and the numbers are highlighted. I can tell exactly at an instant what alternate worlds are being covered here, and I hardly know anything about comics. That is some good graphical design right there.
Yep, but look at this. Cosmic Neighborhood Watch. That's a good way to describe these guys. How
That
else
is
do you
also a
describe
very
it?
funny way to describe them. It's not wrong, it's just extremely funny to choose that particular wording.
Yep, so
Because
this
it makes it sound like they're kind of like a neighborhood committee rather than, people who sometimes wield godlike powers.
Yep. We open up whatever life can take, wherever life can take root, wherever life can flourish, in every available niche, no matter how great, no matter how small, life will thrive and life will prosper, given the need, given the opportunity. Oh, that's headlights!
Ooh, that's,
Oh,
it's
open.
not wrong, but it's definitely kind of an example to make your skin crawl.
Now it's on. I looked over the other way last month when you showed kindness to Andy, my little Shih Tzu. Now it's this month. $800. Open the door for his bill. The guy inside. We're then seeing I just forgot his name, but we'll get his name in a moment. What's the deal with the supposedly haunted comic from DC? WTF is Ultra Comics. Comes out Wednesday. Part of this whole multiversity thing. I got a preview of this issue for my LCS. It's about as weird as you might expect. But bro, nobody actually believes that this comic is haunted or cursed, right? Oh, his name's Nick Woto is his name. He's the last monitor.
Oh, fun.
Yep, time to investigate, Mr. Stubbs. Don't answer the door. Don't leave me alone. Whatever you do, don't look ahead to the other end. And you need to see this, Stubbs. I'm vivisecting a comic book, and there's something really weird going on. I'm all eyes. It looks like it's a job for Wotan and Stubbs, multiversal investigator. Time to summon your alter ego. You think this is just a comic book, but it's bait. You're bait for them. Do you have your complete attention yet? And yet, whose voice is the speaking in your head anyway? Yours? Ours. Nick's Wotan, Super Judge.
Ooh.
And it's saying, and ours, stop reading. Continue to read. Do as we tell you.
Oh boy, oh boy.
We only have hours before this thing gets out on the street. If it finds its way into unsuspecting hands, Stubbs, like I always say, comic books can damage your health. The Ultima Thule awaits, Captain. Positions, Mr. Stubb. Let's find out where all these weird ideas came from. Lateral slide, Earth 7, anchor. Aye, says I. The choice is yours. But do you think it's normal to be reading the comics at our age, boss? And good question, Mr. S. This look normal to you? Earth 7, the remains of Earth 7.
Oh boy.
These were superheroes. This was a living world. Earth designates 7, right? If the whole world and the whole universe caught a disease and stink like rotten meat, this is worse. Get back. Run for your life. Thunderer didn't send the SOS. Thunderer is this. Basically, this is a version of the Marvel Universe.
Oh, interesting.
So Thunderer is Thor, in other words.
Makes sense.
Hold on, let me just double check one thing, because I need to double... hold on. It's also their version of the Ultimate Universe. Yeah, this is the version of the Ultimate Universe. So that means Earth 8 is a version of the 616 Marvel.
Ah.
We of the Gentry. We have your attention now, little super god. Nix, turn around. Run fast. Go back. You can't help me. It's too late. They're closing off our only exit. Ask them what they want. Ask them what they want, Nix. And you're the multiversal monitor. Look assorted for crying out loud. You, I sing. What do you want here? What else is there? We want you. We want you to give up your dreams. We want you to abandon all hope. We want to make you like us. Bleak delight. Have we taken breaking this arrogant man god strength? Whoever you are, turn back, run, warn all the people of the rainbow of worlds. Tell them it's the end of things. We crushed his courage and his heart. His dignity will die and his flesh follow, unless Nix Wotan, defender of the multiverse, last of your kind, the Wonder Boy, unless you take his place, exchange your life for his. Don't do it. These are the pitiless ones from beyond the invisible rainbow, opposite of everything natural. Your strengths will be needed elsewhere, Sundor. I'm the last of the multiversal monitors. This is exactly the kind of threat I was assigned to deal with. I won't leave you, mate. Go. Back over the rise. You'll find a bright yellow ship. The soul will take you to the heart of the orrery, the house of heroes, the multiversity. From there you can summon the greatest heroes of 50 worlds. Come back for me, and together we'll save all of creation. They wrecked the world. I don't know who you are, but even a god like me can't fight them. Go, Thunderer. Tell them there are things beyond gods. Go! There has to be come on. Stubbs, it's closing in. Confined, cramped, stifling, suffocating. What is this game? What are its rules? One rule only. You are losing. The whole universe is falling down. They're all around, waiting for me in every direction. Stubbs, I'm scared. I shouldn't have done this. Damn merciless. Hell machine. Ha 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 ha. Lord Broken. Demogorgon. Gorgon. Intellectron. Welcome. I touched them. It will become so bad you may wish to die or commit suicide, but the anti-death equation will return you to this condition indefinitely. There is no relief from this moment of ruin. Ha 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 ha! In the end, you will be like us, and we will rejoice together in anguish. There is no option. We'll get out, Stubbs. No scale, no perspective. We'll beat them at their game. We'll find a way, won't we? Choose your weapon, Nix Wotan. Won't we? Earth 23. So what do you think of this, Gentry?
Oh, man.
This is giving you ideas, isn't it?
Well, I already really like just the whole premise of the thing, where it's just like, oh, hey, cool comic, fun. And now you have to stop a multiversal apocalypse.
But the thing is, it reaches out through comic books.
Yes, I really like that whole meta touch. It's kind of like, it's in a sort of a similar flavor to Isekai, but it's executed much better than most are, because it's just like, hey, it's just a thing for fun. No, it is super serious business.
Wait until we get to Ultra Comics. That's where it gets twisted. But we're on Earth 23 with the Black Superman, Calvin Ellis. This is the one that Morrison based off of Obama. He's President Superman. So yeah, he's actually able to juggle being president and Superman very well, actually.
Well, I mean, you just basically have to do the minimum amount of, like, I have to be seen in person, and who the frick is going to think you're Superman if you're the president?
Well, it helps that he has his version of Brainiac, who's actually legitimately good, who will pose up as a Superman robot. But yeah, we retrieved the robot carcass deal. Origins, it's odd. Unknown materials using weird analog value computing system that degrade in contact with real-world physics. What can I tell you? The technology's not from here. There are 301 planets on my Green Lantern beat, and I've never seen anything like this. And then look for its origin in higher planes and rare geometry, basically to try to figure out where that robot came from. Loser called a transmatter symphonic array. No, and not one of his best. The machine showed no sign of life until today. Someone's out there. Wait, that sound. repeating insistent an alarm, a cosmic SOS. Stand back, everyone. I've seen what this thing can do, and I won't risk any. Superman! Oh, beyond. Superman! He's gone. Tracking Earth's designated 23. We got one. We got another one. Where is this place? Where am I? Superman, a real Superman, not just an analog, a Superman with a net shield and everything. I figured you'd appreciate a friendly face in this cosmic bug house. We met, remember? Captain Carrot. We met? Like, I'm sure I'd remember you, Captain. I suspect you may have run into one of my alternate Earth's counterparts. I seem to have more than one or two. My bad. I find it almost impossible to tell humans apart. I just go by the costume colors.
Okay, that is hilarious.
I just go by the costume colors. Here, I need to get back to my friends to tell them the transmitter cubes only go one way. You can't go home. We all tried. They appeared on a dozen different worlds, maybe more, right after Sunderer activated the alarm. Transmit matter cubes. And that's what Lucer called his machine. Yeah, and Doctor Who tricked me into his transmitter hutch. Said he got the idea from a comic book. Comic book I created in my secret identity as a writer-artist Rodney Rabbit. Irony, huh? Lucer saw his machine a drug-induced hallucination. So you're from an alternate universe. A parallel Earth? He didn't think I was from around here. And there are others? What exactly is this place? We all got dragged here against our will. Kidnapped even. Nobody's figured out why yet. Sunderer was the first. Then Spore and Dino-Cop turned up from Earth 2041. Excuse me, but what is that out there? Some kind of higher dimensional fluid medium? Bleed space. See how the creepy guts of a cyborg architecture keeps shifting? It's rotating through the fifth dimension around a fixed point in the structure of the multiversal or arrays of worlds. And there's a door ahead that won't be there in 5 minutes. It's a lighthouse. It's a watchtower. Superman. Oh, come on. A pan-dimensional room with a view. Man, I was crazy for your comic books when I was a kid. He's an homage to Savage Dragon.
Oh, nice.
Because Savage Dragon was a cop, so his name is Dino-Cop. Any ideas where we are? Some kind of cosmic precinct house is what we figured. Interdimensional cops, monitors, they let this place abandoned. And none of which solves the big mystery. What do we do when we're here? We're outside normal time and space between universes. What kind of power could achieve this? I can't help you there, mate. But I sent the alarm that brought you all running. I never expected to find you and find help like you, Mob. Superman, right? And you're a black fella from the planet Krypton. Are we in some kind of superhuman army? Were those cubes sent to recruit us? I called UK. The whole territory, creation itself, is under attack from monsters. Things that hate us and want to hurt us all real bad. Demons from out back of nowhere. Okay, this place must have an AI, some kind of central intelligence. Brainiac interface online. Brainiac searching. Let's see. Brainiac link operative. Station intelligence online. Great Vassal. Harbinger system operational. Harbinger was the assistant to the original monitor, so now she's been recreated as an AI for the station. If you have been summoned, the monitor is dead. The threat is absolute. The multiverse must protect itself at all costs. Wait, how long did Harbinger sleep? We don't know. A long time. Something brought us all here. Was it you? Monitor defenses are all the monitors dead? And while I slept, did the menace grow and grow? Then welcome to Monitor Watch Station, Valhalla, the House of Heroes. Welcome to the Multiversity. How may Harbinger assist? We were hoping you could tell us why we're here. Yeah, what this guy says. Because multi-trillions of lives are at stake. Because the threat is absolute. Because the hour has come to summon the greatest heroes of 52 worlds. Okay, I'm game. Then we have to go to hell to save Nix Wotan. He gave himself to save us all. The corruption of the orrery is underway. Earth 4, 5, 10, 16, 20, 33. The multiverse needs you. And finally, I get the hang of this and cyber chair just in time to face down a bunch of badass cosmic destroyers. Guess I'm just a lucky evolutionary fluke. Team, take your places. I'm the resident comic book nerd here, Superman. I'm a huge fan. I give anything to be part of this. I'm Earth 36 Red Racer, handing him his first appearance. Oh, look at that, Chibi Wonder Woman!
Aww.
My other identity is an open secret here. My real life is published as a monthly comic. This is incredible. Always suspected that one world's reality is another world's fiction. That's why I like happy ending. These comic books are showing us what really happening on all the different Earths. Messages and bottles from neighboring universes. It's amazing. I'm from Earth 11, apparently. Aqua Woman, Queen of Atlantis. I'm volunteering to join the war party. You're welcome, but I prefer to think of this as a fact-finding mission. We'll see. And Thunderer, how did you escape the clutches of these space demons? See, Queen, that's what I want to show you. I sailed half dead all the way from Earth 7 to here in this, the Ultima Thule, Nix Wotan's superboat. The last of the monitors saved my life, and I gave him my word. Strange, it's like I've seen something in a dream. What's it made of? It's frozen music. Unbelievable. Ray, don't do this. Justice 9 needs to stay together. We already lost Optimon Man to Super Doomsday. That was back in the New 52 Action Comics run he had done. I won't lose you too. Hank, they need a geek for this. These guys don't know and know their DC from their major comics. And they need that power torch of yours here. I'll be fine. Ray, don't go running into trouble. Promise. I have to wonder if these two are a couple.
Oh my.
Do you get that feeling?
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised.
Vibrations. Of course, the worlds of the multiverse vibrate together, separate only by different pitches. That's what's been long established with DC. Everyone coexists in the same spot, but they vibrate at different frequencies. 52 known worlds occupying the same space, all ringing. It's like one big song. So who's going to play this instrument? Superman, you look inspired. My dad played a mean piano, and I've been known to strum the guitar, but this, a transdimensional yacht powered by sound vibration. Musical engine transversing between universes. Whoa, I hear it. That song. So sad, so brave. All I have to do is play along, alter the pitch some, and we're go. And my God, what the hell is this place? Where are we? Between universes. Something's onto us. Get those weapons online. Hold on. I'm trying to tune into Thunderer's Earth 7 wavelength. It's incredible. I'm playing along with his music in my head. I'm improvising jazz. Haha! Get those people clear. They have to find Nix Wotan, last of those monitors. Find the Super Judge. The Omni Gauntlets, the Genesis Egg, the lightning axe of Wundjung himself. They belong to Havoc, Lord Havoc. Yeah, Lord Havoc is the Earth 8's equivalent of Dr. Doom. And so he's saying the Omni Gauntlet, the Infinity Gauntlet, the Genesis Egg, Cosmic Cube, Lightning Axe, Thor's Hammer. But you can definitely tell he's a Doom-like guy, right?
Yeah, I mean, I can see that much even from just the design.
Yep. This isn't my world. Where are we? Who are they? Stand aside. Stand aside from that man. This is your only warning, friend. They beat the hell out of Wundjung, and something tells me there's a link with the disappearance of Hyperius. You appear out of nowhere. You took down one of our strongest, but I don't care how tough you think you are. If you're working with Lord Havoc, we're taking you down. Crusader, Machine Head, it's me, Superman. They look like my friends, but it's not them. I don't think we've reached Universe 7, Thunderer. Retaliators, ready! The soul couldn't take us any further than this world. Superman, that's Machine Head, American Crusader, major comic Marvel Comics. Oh, geez, that's Dr. David and Dibble, a.k.a. None More, Dumb Think, Behemoth's Bashy Bunny. Actually, that's not the original line. Changed it. You want to know what it was? Big Baby Bash Bunny.
That makes more sense.
But I think they changed it to Behemoth so it wouldn't be as insulting.
That's fair.
Yeah! 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 3 times yeah! Who else wants to argue with cartoon physics? Look at that! Boom! Listen to me. Your universe is in danger. Everything you value, everyone you love is under threat. We're here to help. It's over, Frank Future. I'm your greatest creation, your ultimate failure. Don't do this, Damon. There's still a chance. Ah! A chance to kneel, to pray to your master. It is done. The Genesis egg is hatching. Don't. The power eternal is mine. Now that's I'll be the Reed Richards. The power, the I saw their faces. Now even Lord Havoc deserves this. Holy God. It is bored. My God, I feel really sick. You guys, any advice? Wotan's trapped in there. We gotta get him out. Retaliators, retreat, protect the city. I can't leave him. He saved my life. I promised to and to come back for Nick's Wotan. Thunderer, no! I gave my all. I fought and suffered for eternity upon eternity. And all for what? My God, what is it? What's happening? I endured eons of pain and dissolution. For you ingrates? Well, now it's time to play a new game. Kneel before the judge of worlds. Nick's Wotan's at the door. Reader, what have you done? Play it. It's not too late. They're in your head. Do as you're told. Put this book down now! So in other words, by turning the pages and continuing seeing more into the story, we made things worse.
Oh, no!
Yes, it's that notion that you could stop here. Just stop here now and it all stops. But no, you keep wanting to turn the page to see what's happening next. But every time you do, things get worse.
It's sort of the same principle behind sort of like the what you get told at the end of the pacifist run in Undertale of leave it right here, don't change anything, don't ruin the happy ending, but it's just that curiosity makes you go onward. I really like how it's playing around with the meta here.
Now, some of these stories, like this one, is just going to be a nice little fun story. This one is more of a case of One Earth is a world full of the pulp, and a lot of the DC heroes through a pulp filter, pop comic filter.
Ah.
Immortal Man at your service. Ladies, I say this, and they say it for Doc Fate, he sure knows how to get the scene. Stranger, how long has it been since that golf? Seems like only yesterday you and me were kicking butt on the All-Wadi Trail, Lena. Still as beautiful as ever, and they call me ageless. Here, I wound up with this after running with some man-eating men on Gulistan. The Eye of Gwawer, they say it's lucky, and maybe it'll be lucky for you. It's its prices. Morty, I can't accept. Give it to the orphanage. They can sell it to the museum. But yeah, we see stuff like Al Pratt, the Mighty Atom. That's a mighty handshake, Hal. Oh, and by the way, this guy, that's actually Iron Monroe, who was also a bit of an homage to Doc Savage.
Oh,
In this
fun.
case, Iron Monroe, man of iron. Doc Savage, man of bronze.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, then you have Lady Black. What?
I see it.
Yep, but yeah, Lady Blackhawk and all that. But, well, excuse my language. Ever seen a real life woolly mammoth? Sure. Killed one or two back in the day. There's a spot right there in my throat. I like to think of myself as more of a friend to the animal kingdom these days. Unless it's trying to eat me. Any idea why we're all here? I've been on a long walk to and from the center of the earth, and I'm trying to catch up. After the Great War against Herhex and his Desert Crescent allies, the last 3 years have seen the end of conflict across the globe. Dr. Fate saved the world. You flatter me. Ibn Al Ghul's suicide Jinn had a techno-etheric weakness. I was able to exploit it to our advantage. That's all. And I prefer Doc. It was my father's nickname for me. And look, he's reading the Ultra comic. Uh-oh!
Oh, no.
Put that book down right now, Mr. Pratt. Mr. Pratt, forgive me, but in this room of very dangerous things, that comic book is the most dangerous of all. Some call it cursed or even haunted. You don't read comic books, Doc. And Doc, that's like saying you don't watch movies. Me, I just sit through a good comedy. Comedy, a narrative structure in which despite a series of ridiculous mishaps, all goes well, against all odds. Swifty Bog, what is it? It's the devil himself. Greetings. I'm aware of my reputation as a devil worshiper in some quarters, but don't be fooled by his appearances. I'd like to introduce Abin Sur from the distant planet. Remember we met this Green Lantern?
Oh yeah.
That's him. This is the Abin Sur of
Oh.
this universe. But yeah, so he has the ring and everything. What's with the glow ring? Radium. The ring is a weapon of the immortal guardian. So yeah, we're introduced to them all, and they're having to go and basically we find out the way this plays out is every now and again, two parallel universes will come close together, and one will try to invade the other. Oh, and there's that comic book again.
No, don't do it! Don't do it! Don't do it!
Every 100 son. And this is Vandal Savage, a binary configuration harmonizing once every centim millennium. You can't explain. So basically, yeah, a unique circumstances coming up for them to go to these other universes. And every 100,000 years, we cross paths in an opposite universe, and two worlds become one. A world that is our mirror image. Oddly enough, this bizarre world. I gotta go back to the sun so we can double check which worlds are being used. Remember, it does tell us that. Earths 20 and 40, of course!
Of course!
20 and 40, obviously! I mean, that is obvious, right?
Yeah.
So on, 20 is Earth's, the Society of Superheroes, and Earth's 40 is, the Society of Super Criminals! Of course, that's why this is going to lead to this happening. It's a world where the criminals dominate. We're losing, we're winning. No one can say for sure anymore. 5 years of constant wars like a madman screaming in your ear. 2 years arm in arm in a spinning dance of death and terror at the edge of the abyss. A grim celestial denouement macabre. The fiercing, it killed Avensor. It spat in my face. My face. I saw it, Doc. My face is on fire. The fiercing. Abensur is dead. I couldn't reach him, Doc. I let him down. That comic book. You said it was cursed. You said you were right. I shouldn't have looked. See what it's done to me. Al, look at me. You're going into shock. It's all vibrating. It's like music. You're hearing what they used to call the music of the spheres, Al. Musical universals. That's the sound of the transmitter matter cube warming up. Listen. Be still and have no fear, and feel it ringing in you. You survived the Makara, Al. That's something to be proud of. Am I going to die now? I won't let you die. Doc isn't just a nickname, Al. It's a qualification. I'm hurt bad. It hurts real bad. Shh. I'll tell you a story. Before gods, there was the Monitor Mind, and this, the Helm of Naboo, sometimes speaks in dry whispers of Novu, the Proto-Monitor. When the Monitor race died, things from outside came to occupy the vacuum they left behind. Novu's son, Nix Wotan, was the last of his kind. He accepted the task of protecting the multiverse of worlds. They say the boy was in prison long ago, fighting an eternal battle for all mankind. That sacrifice, remember here too, in the temple of Nix Wotan. You're not going to die here, Al. Not here. You are one of Wotan's children. You're a super. We waited until you were weak and hurt before we unleashed our Megaton monster. Behold, the brute with the $1 billion brain. Where is he? Where's the atom? I'm promised I tear his tiny head off. Doc, I always carry a spare. I can handle this. I can do it. Start your machine. Blockbuster won't get near it. Yeah, you! By the brilliance of Budoka Amon, by the radiance of Ra Amada, open the door. Unlock the gate of fate. The so-called pregnant citadel of Dr. Fate lies open. So basically, yeah, they're making their way in there. Again, big battle going on between these two worlds.
Oh boy, oh boy.
Yep. Now we already know that, and now since we're doing it after the fact, it's made clear that Abensur did not die. He was sent to where he eventually met up with Hal. Faust, Felix Faust, Dr. Faust to you. Savage is only a pawn of the Gentry, the unspeakable ones who profit I am. It's your magic against mine, fate. And Abracadabra. Hey, presto! Okay, that's funny. Habara, habara. Hey, presto, doink. You want smart? This'll make you smart. Iron Monroe's final lesson: the deadly atom punch. Doc, I just killed a man. I bought you some time, but my principle is I killed a man. There's no time to lose. Oh, Al, follow me through the portal to my laboratory. Hurry! It's coming. Eating through. The Makara's coming back. Parallax is coming! Oh, and Parallax, this is basically that version of the being that was fear. That, you know, that Hal Jordan had become once. It's the embodiment of fear.
Oh, fun.
Yep. Lady B, the squadron. I don't see how this could get much worse. Clearly you didn't hear me the first time. Die. Oh, that's Lady Shiva. Again, they're going for any character that would fit the pulp sensibility. And she gets shot. Sometimes wonder how we all might have turned out if we never had to fight a war. Hurry, Al. The portal will only stay open for a second. It gives a face to your worst nightmare. When you see that face in front of you, punch it! We don't have much time before it gnaws through my spell net. The others may have sacrificed themselves to buy us this one chance. The machine I managed to construct is a gateway to parallel universes. Doc, we all face fear in the form of a monster or a hospital bed. I'm afraid I let my adopted mother and father down. I'm afraid that the war will never end. I'm afraid of what I've become. I'm afraid that Kent Nelson's fears are only a nostalgic indulgence. I'm afraid Doc Fate fears nothing at all. Doc, no one will ever look at my face again if I die all disfigured. We may not survive this, but it's our duty to warn others. I built a bridge to worlds beyond. I saw how to do it in a dream. I saw we don't have the power without that spark. There's nothing. There's no Doc in brightest day and black. Oh, and there's Abed again. So I guess he did survive. So yeah, Green Lantern's light. I saw you die. You're mistaken. Count Sinestro's threat has been neutralized. His creature and Parallax has been contained. So yeah, they use his ring to power it up.
Whee!
Where are you? I'm here, Vandal. I'll kill you. I can't let you live. What you've done, the war has to end. Yes, yes. Spearing immortal blood summons Niswosan, destroyer of worlds. All of you, I've turned you into killers. I win. Always. I thought I killed the monster once and for all. But Vandal Savage and our 5-year war with another world was only the first act in a bigger drama that was much bigger and more frightening than anything we'd ever taken part in. As if to bear witness to the biggest of my big mistakes, there was thunder underground. A ripple expanded through the rock beneath my feet, and I almost lost my balance. But yeah, he tried to send out an SOS to them all. But yeah, so how was that one?
That was something.
Now this one is a world where we just focus on the one, Earth 16. Let me go back to the guide and see how they describe this one. I think just by what this cover is parroting, you can already have a good idea, right?
Oh yes, it's a tabloid parody.
Yep, hold on. Earth Me, home of the just, a world where peace, prosperity, and boredom reign supreme. Here, the super sons of Batman and Superman are joined by others of a pampered second-generation superhero, like Sister Miracle, Arrowette, Megamorpho, and Offspring. While the older heroes of the Justice League indulge in nostalgic battle reenactments, the young heroes live meaningless, self-absorbed lives. In other words, they're all entitled.
Oh, this ought to be fun. And by fun, I mean a disaster area.
Yep. But yeah, that's throughout this whole issue. Yeah, Megamorpho, Safi Manson, Sasha's friend, Sister Miracle, Sasha Norman. I can breeze through this one since this one does not really appeal to much. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's fun.
Oh, wait a minute. But unfortunately for Megamorpho, we're all doomed and there's nothing we can do about it. Everything else is just a joke on us. Has any superhero ever committed suicide before, Sasha? Huh? Don't think so. Safi? So that makes me the first. Cool. What? Oh, that can already tell you just how much boredom they're going through. One decides to make a name for themselves by being the first hero to commit suicide.
It's like Ugh. The thing is, though, I can totally believe that would happen, though.
Yep. The atom. Every single technocyte just died. Sash? Oh, yeah, okay. What the hell just happened? Every single. Because here's what was going on. The atom's in my bloodstream right now, even as we speak. There's no way I'm ruining my own super party with some disgusting technovirus. So that's why she did it, because of this technovirus. And what the
Oh,
atom was doing,
fun.
they're like, what the hell just happened? Every single technocyte just died. Sash? Aww.
Hmm.
Uh-oh, Alexis Luthor's reading the comic too.
No!
Alexis Luthor, Batman's girlfriend. Batman, Damian Wayne. What's your take on the whole comic book? Like, might be art, might be art thing, Damian. Does this look like art to you? What are you talking about? What take? I don't have a take. I'm the Batman. You should see this. I saw it online. They're from another boring universe and they decided to invade reality, etc., etc., etc. Meanwhile, I'm right here and you're deliberately ignoring my obvious physical and intellectual charms. Is Batman gay? 2,000 words by Wednesday students. Are you certain you don't want to see the spectacle? You really don't care? Real life is better than any comic book, and this only proves it. Gay. Wow. Whatever. And you just like offending people, don't you? Nobody cares about anything anymore. For truth, I'm reading this thing about I read about a trash bat. And it got hyped as one of the greatest and or worst picto fix of all time. This Ultra thing just came from DC Comics. They sold the rights to Omniversal Studios. It's a predatory story, a pictofic. What's wrong with they calling them comic books? Wow, bet the artists don't get a single dime. What's it about? It's supposed to be a haunted comic. Imagine a postmodern Pinocchio super concept character who comes to life only when you read about him. Come back to me when I'm done with it. When did hipsters get into superhero books? Real life is much more interesting than any of that fictitious crap. Says you. So what happened to the big invasion of Dimension Earth? Superman's robots got them. It was totally boring. You were right. Alexis Luthor is never, ever wrong, darling. And when I was growing up, I was punished for being wrong. What do you expect? I expected something to happen for once. And what this world needs is an old school supervillain like mom or my granddad had to liven it up. So what's so special about this piece of pictofic? There's a curse on anyone who reads it. You believe in curses, don't you, Mr. Superstitious Cowardly Lot? Yeah, as a matter of fact, I do. So, so basically, they found some postmodern way to make superheroes seem interesting. That's never going to happen. Our parents did their job too well. They left us a world without challenges. This be the verse, and this be the verse. Best poem ever. No matter how hard they try to do the right thing, parents always screw up. My dad told me that when I was 3 years old. Your dad told you that people were mere insects permitted to live by the grace of his intellect alone. Your dad was Lex Luthor, the ultimate criminal mastermind. Well, was he wrong? Come here, you bat-faced freak.
Mhm.
But hides away. It's Superman. What the hell is he doing here? Hide. But stay out of sight. My code's lead lace. I'll get rid of him. What's up, Damien? Your heart's racing. Working out, exercise, practice, superhero stuff. You said you were taking time out in space. I came back early from space. It's not so far away. I need your help, Damien. I can't just change my plans. Plans? This is serious. I get that you're not into any of this, but Megamorpho just killed herself. No one knows why, which means we actually have a super mystery on our hand. Your dad's robots, Superman army could deal with it. They deal with everything. Remember? I can hear breathing. Megamorpho was her code name. You don't even know her actual name, do you? What was the real name of the deceased, Chris? And I guess you do? You know her real name, like you always know everything. Sapphy. Her name was Sapphire. Sapphire and Mason. She was Megamorpho to me. She was one of us. She was a superhero. It's my fault my dad left behind the most foolproof and sophisticated planetary defense system ever. It's my fault it put everyone out of work. I should have thought about it, but the super robots can't be turned off or tampered with. Even if they could, I can't break my promise to my dad. Did I tell you about my team up with the Sandman? What Sandman? The Sandman? Neil Gaiman Sandman?
Oh boy.
Go ahead, tell me. I fell asleep, and it was like the ultimate dreams of Superman thing. I dreamed of all this, all the things I do. If well, if there was anything left to do, it was like a Christmas Carol, but with Sandman. And that was your big team up with Sandman. You fell asleep and had a dream. You have to ruin everything. I don't know what's wrong with you. We should take up Wally West's offer to join the Justice League. We're the world's finest, and Chris, and why would we join the Justice League? You want to do something to do? How about we provoke the fifth dimension? Last time you suggested that, the whole thing was a setup. I was punked by you and Mr. Mixius Pitalik. And why are you trying to distract me anyway? If this is about Sasha's party, I plan to be there, but Damien, there's a lead-lined coat in your closet draped around a female figure. Alexis Lucer, you want me to tell Sasha I can't make her big party because Alexis will be there? Damien, don't start on this. You check our Safi's apartment for clues. We'll swap notes in a few hours. If it wasn't for her dad, I'd still have a dad. I can smell your girlfriend, Damien. You need to take this whole superhero thing way more seriously than you do. I'd take it seriously if we had anything to do. You know why Cassie Safi commits suicide? Boredom. So yeah, we're going throughout all this stuff. They're still trying to figure out what's going on. Meanwhile, they're still looking over the comic as we're just showcasing all these other, these other heroes, the new generation of heroes that they eventually all go to that party. We also see what ends up being Superboy, Connor, but he's more of a breaking down clone. Red Amazo's absorbed the power of the entire league. It's Doomsday Plus. No, you will die. I don't remember any of this, but this is what I would have done if I'd been there. So this is a recreation.
How fun.
This didn't happen. Marcus, my arm, broken. Something's wrong. Look out. Oh, it's supposed to be a recreation, but it's one of those recreations that's still very real. Yeah. The droid. They had Aqua Crisis. Again, we just go throughout all of this, and I'm mostly a fan of the major comics books, but there's a ton of cool stuff in this stack. Check the Indicia. This is a new book, a cursed comic book, something called Ultra Comics. You got that one? Wait a minute. What the hell? Superman, it's me. Where are you? I've got something. Menta, you inherited your telepathic helmet from your dad. It only just started working. But yeah, something like reminds her of something. The Gray Lady, the Gentry. It freaked me out. But I'm okay now that you're here. So, any new leads? Paramedics scraped. Yeah, they were actually looking over the remains of Megamorpho. Sorry to interrupt. There's something I need you to see, Superman. Oh, so yeah, Arrowhead and so many others. Again, just them talking more teen stuff and everything. What should I be looking for? Cellular pulp, pheromono wax emission? It's not about the chemical composition. Try the content. The cryocept fungus takes control of the ant's brain, then spores via its host's head. Imagine a life form like that disguised as a story. A set of deadly hypnotic inductions. This comic book says it's a warning from a parallel universe. This device the heroes of the story are trying to create. It's some kind of bridge between worlds. Alexis got into these comics recently. Some hipster thing, but that's not the weird thing part. Look again. There's more. There's more. The story's only part of it. And read the publisher Indicia. You said there was no mysteries. Now there's this. This one of your jokes? Keyhole Comics, published by Wiz Media, based at 23 Fuke Plaza, Fawcett City. Except there is no Fawcett City. Quantum Comics, published in Hub City. Spider Comics out of Cosmoville. Blue Stamp, Satellite, Victory Comics, New Horrorville. 6 different publishing houses. Only one has an address in this world. What if these comic books are bleeding through from parallel worlds? This isn't a setup. Everyone who reads this comic becomes what? Infected? Like Sethsby? Like Eddie? Alexis. Oh dear. Alexis is poison. You're supposed to be the world's greatest detective. I'm the son of the world's greatest detective. So you admit you resent my relationship with Lexi. You think it means the end of the world's finest? Who else was off the guest list, Damien? And what the hell is that? Alexis was off the list because of your prejudice, good guy. Why would you want to piss her off in the first place? The only girls you ever dated are psychos. And Damien, who else is missing from the guest list? Sunder, Jakeem Sunder. Oh dear. Lexi, I just offended you back there. I've gone to this stupid thing without you? I hate parties. I hate parties too. Stick around. I'll show you how much. Jakeem and I agree. We should have been invited. Now we're gate crashing. Summon the thunder, JJ. Oh dear. And well, thanks to her, they're now being invaded by the Superman robots. How was that?
Oh boy, it didn't really interest me nearly as much as some of the other ones. It was thematically interesting, but it's just
Oh, the next one we got, it's a take on Watchmen.
Ooh, fun.
I know,
Pax
but
Americana, huh?
Yep, I get that. The concept was sound, but it was so boring.
Yeah, it's just like there are much more interesting ways you could have executed on that. Like if I were writing something like that, I feel like that boredom could have manifested into I will create problems on purpose. I want to reenact my I would want to yeah.
But I think the whole notion is that they're well beyond that.
I see.
No one even cares to do that.
Fair enough.
But yeah, we open up with the death of a president. And notice this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's one panel less than the 9-panel grids.
Oh, huh.
It's supposed to be a play off of that. But yeah, this president gets killed. Now, okay, this is going to go in reverse order, but I'll just tell you straight up. This guy here, the guy who was the president, great president and everything. He was trying to bring about world peace. That's not why he was executed, actually. Long ago, his father was a superhero. Snuck inside the house and he accidentally killed his father. Shot him because he thought he was an intruder. Around the same time, then we would have the Captain Atom, basically the original version of Dr. Manhattan, show up. And basically, he planned on killing himself and then having Captain Atom resurrect him to show that he was thanks to Atom, all problems can be solved and trying to bring about peace on Earth. Unfortunately, his vice president decided to screw that. He tried to throw wrenches at everything, do something that may have killed Captain Atom, and is basically going to take over and make things worse and keep the president dead. That's basically what the summary is throughout all this. As he was shot by Peacekeeper. Again, that was the original plan. Why did you kill the president? So yeah, throughout all this, they're trying to figure out what's going on, what motivated it. But we find out why, because that was the plan, and unfortunately, the vice president, again, wants to take advantage of everything. You know what I mean? So yeah, this is the time. He basically did all this so he can have all this power. He doesn't want peace on Earth. He just wanted to push his own agenda.
Figures.
Yeah, throughout all this, that's basically how you could sum it all up. We go through all this stuff, but that's the summing up of the story. But yeah, of course, though, we have the question, and then, originally what was Rorschach and Blue Beetle, who ended up being Night Owl. Jesus, you nearly broke both ankles, you idiot. The bug's 10 times faster than you are. You're on the wrong track. Who killed Nora O'Rourke? What's algorithm 8? There was this right or wrong, black or white guy I used to work with. Don't make me do this question. Captain Atom gone almost a year. 4 prominent scientists, 4 unsolved murders. You know how close I am to tying all this in a bow with that yellow jacket case? There is no yellow jacket case. Be reasonable question. Our people are all over you. Your people? If you can't beat them, join them, Ted. And Ted, working from within now, how can you face what you see in the mirror? Give me a mirror, I'll stare all day. You don't intimidate me, question. Good. Only a coward or a criminal would find what I do intimidating. I made my peace with OS and the PAX. What happened to you? You made compromises you could barely live with. Anxiety attacks, an ulcer, erectile dysfunction, and you're so deep in the closet, you pay rent in Narnia. What's that? What's in your hand? Fairy tales. If I told you we could end crime, end it with a single magical formula, what would you sacrifice? Never rely on technology to do your job for you, Ted. When obsolescence calls, you're in over your head. Damn it, question. Get a grip. Guess I'll catch the next one. So soon he deals with Nightshade, makes his way on board, and again, through all this stuff, they're dropping hints as we backpedal every bit. First, we're going forward, but then we're going to rewind. And now we have Captain Atom as he's looking over the comic, but given his mind, he's not affected by it. He's actually able to see it for what it is. Unfortunately, though, so many people seem to die or leave and disappear, and then he disappeared before he could be reintegrated. They're all killed. These were the scientists that helped keep him under control.
Fantastic.
Yep. And then we see stuff with Peacekeeper. He's knocked out and taken, manipulated. Again, we're jumping through a history throughout it. Like there's now the Dan Garrett Blue Beetle, the original one. As we're seeing President Haley trying to make or the guy who would become President Haley trying to, explain everything to everyone. And he's basically, with thanks to Pax, meet the Pax America, Warriors of the Peace, and their commander, Captain Atom. Oh, and this part then when he's now like, what? Sorry, I'm in the future. No, I got that wrong. It's now. The future is somewhere else. Oh, look what he does to this dog. Aww. Captain, my daughter Janet loved that dog as much as you did. And I thought I could locate the source of the feeling, Doctor. Then I realized, what have I done? I just killed Butch, my faithful little dog. I need some much stronger medicine, Dr. Rogers. What's happening? Except, what if Butch is alive as well as dead? Why not? It's not the same. So he's having both dogs around. So in other words, he got caught up in manipulating reality around him. Trying to figure things out.
Oh boy.
But yeah, this is where Haley's explaining his big plan. To secure world peace, the president has to be sacrificed. I want to give you the purpose you're searching for. I need a superhero, Captain Atom. Perhaps this will better explain. Shows him, that comic, the last book my dad wrote and drew for Major Comics. You asked what was happening to you. Here's your answer. You're what America's been waiting for. So yeah, this is where they get a lot of the their big plan. Like I said, we find out it all got messed up. And hey, look, there's Bush. Again, we just build up throughout all this happening, and then we then see this bit with Haley as a young man just sitting there. The door has one side and opens both ways. Let me show you. As he gets the idea, and this is where we find out about him, his daughter, and his dad coming in. Forgot my kids. Dad? So how was that?
That was significantly more interesting.
And I think Morrison shows he does understand Watchmen.
He does understand Watchmen, which is very rare.
It's very rare. I mean, I think Johns did as well, but this one he really did it and but he also understood the jumping around history stuff, time point stuff. But now this is just a big, huge love note to Captain Marvel.
Woohoo!
Yep, as we see the Rock of Eternity is being attacked. How can this be? A second eternity? Regard, a new day. It's Dr. Savannah with it. It was so easy in the end. All I had to do was track Captain Marvel's magic lightning into its extra-dimensional source. And there you are, children, my precious guinea pigs. I found exactly what I was looking for, exactly what I predicted. I, Thaddeus and Bodog Savannah, your father, have now devised an alternative scientific explanation which enables me to duplicate Captain Marvel's magic powers. Will it hurt? Will it hurt? Will I be beautiful? And honestly, how can magnificence be any more wondrous? With a single equation, it seems impossible. Just one scientific proof. Say my name. Savannah! Doom! Marvelous. First prize to the one who brings me Captain Marvel broken in defeat. Maybe now your mother will take me back. And of course, when she says, "Why be beautiful?" and of course she's busty.
Of course she is.
I love it. How could he be more magnificent? That answer your question? But yeah, so we see Billy's running around when all of a sudden, another Billy, it's me. I'm you, Billy. I'm you from tomorrow. Look at the sun, Billy. Look at the clock. We're losing him. Billy, this is broadcasting gold. Billy, where are you? Have to warn Captain Marvel. The wizard's in trouble. So yeah, an impossible day. Basically, Savannah has and used what a special mineral, unique metal, I believe it was Savanium, to actually slow and make a new day, an ace day of the week, one where he could win.
Huh.
Behind you, huh? Shazam! Billy's safe, and don't think I'm alone. Earth's mightiest mortal, eh? Not anymore. Oh, and that's Freddie and Mary. Shazam! Who believed it? Parallel worlds sending messages to one another via comic books. You know how much I hate this trash. Maverick scientists presented as stereotypical cackling madmen, and yet working together, we madmen built a bridge between worlds, each donating suspendium to construct an entire synthetic day to our exact specification, a day where we finally get what we want. My Savannah family will keep the Marvels busy while we dismantle the wall between reality. The Earth was never enough for me. I wanted a universe, but now my counterparts and I will rule the multiverse of creation like gods. So basically, the whole idea is they all supposedly donated enough suspendium to make an entire day, a day that they could win. Alicia Savannah, such a devious, untrustworthy, and calculating as me. I have to be sure to keep them in line. The 8th day of the week, the first day of a new creation. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Savannah Day. So yeah, like I imported it from imported it. What else? From other universes. So yeah, as the magic dies, I'm getting weaker, becoming forgetful. Only my champion, only Captain Marvel can save us. I thought so. The lightning staff. Give. Maybe I'm strong as you. Maybe stronger, but you fight like a stampeding bull. I got him. No, he's mine. I have to stop him, you idiots. He's heading for the rail track. One word of advice. Don't look away from the man with 2 strong arms. And you at either end of them. Make sure the passengers are okay. I'll help Cap. And Junior, get me out of this. Gotcha. Huh? 4. I admit it. I'm way prettier than you now. If you say so. There's more to me than just how I look. Who needs brains with a body like this? Junior, back me up. It doesn't matter what they say. Boys only go for girls who look hot, right? I guess you present some pretty good evidence, that's for sure. Whoa. What? What are you talking about? Junior, are you crazy? Come on, Mary, look at her. That's it. Are you for real? And that's it? Are you for real? Is this how dating works when you're pretty? You have to tell me your name. I need to know the name of the most amazing girl in the world. My name? But it's Georgia. Georgia Savannah. Damn! Why the grin? What's so funny? You think I can't get free? We were only keeping you busy while Father freed the monsters. The Monster Society. Uh-oh. They should keep you busy while my father conquers the multiverse. We got Cap's call too. Oh, Lieutenant Marvels and Talkie Tawny and Uncle Marvel. I hate to leave you in the middle of a crisis like this. Relax, Cap. There's nothing here we can't handle. You know I'm right. The wizard needs my help, that's for sure. Just be careful in there. So yeah, they head on in there and uses the usual method to the Rock of Eternity when, what the? The Marvels can't survive Savannah Day. Super Savannas, monsters, time torpedoes. on his way. But we're ready. And now the conclusion approaches. The end. The death of Captain Marvel. I hope you're all paying attention. Bring them to me, the pretty little heroine, the bright boy. I can't wait to mess them up bad. Quite. Ha! Even he finds that one disturbing.
Oh boy!
Hello, boys. Just don't forget. It was my suggestion to Lord Captain Marvel here. I'd rather you try to negotiate with him. I'm a Nobel Prize winning scientist with some personal problems is all. I thought we all exchanged knowledge to save the world. Are you trying to tell me all my parallel counterparts are criminals? Ah, poor guy.
Oh, rip!
I would snap too if I found out I was the only good one.
Yeah, it's just like, really?
Yeah, look, he's the most normal looking.
Mm-hmm.
But, yep, it's the 8th day of Savannah, you see. My perfect day. The day Captain Marvel dies. Huh, we'll see about that. Don't worry, sir. I'll have you out of there soon. Forget me. The 8th day's not over. Beware. It all comes down to magic versus science for control of the multiverse. The ultimate battle. I already know the name of the inevitable winner. Savannah! Ha! It works! With my family as test subjects, I perfected the equation. Black Savannah lives! Wisdom of Solomon says science and magic are the same thing. Two sides of the same human coin. And you have the strength of Hercules, but mine is the power of the fundamental forces. What changes the speed of Hermes against the velocity of a photon? Tell me that. How can magic ever outwit science? Shazam! No time to lose if... Wait, of course. Time crystallized like radio quartz. Now it makes sense. I have to warn myself, which he does. No, you can't do it. You think you're so clever? Shazam! I've won. I made a plane Captain Marvel couldn't beat. Admit it. Sure, you won, Savannah. Only way you could. You made a day that never was. Too bad that day's at an end. That's what Billy meant about the sun and the clocks. They cheated you, Savannah. Same way you plan to cheat them, I bet. They scrimped on suspendium. That's why the sun crossed the sky so quickly. They built you a day that was only 8 hours long and kept the rest of the precious suspendium for themselves. Curse you! Curse you, Savannah! Savannah equals MEC2. It was a scientific proof. That was yesterday, Doctor. New data came to light, and there was a sudden paradigm shift. You got your big chance, and all time and space, there was one day where you win. On every other day, gentlemen, you lose like the last time. This isn't over. Now I've seen her. I want that girl. You never fail me, boy, and do you, boy? I chose my champion well. Meh. So much for the Monster Society. It's morning again. Multiple Savannahs, multiple universes. I'd love to meet me from another universe. I wonder if I'd be very different at all. He got his ideas from here. And no, there's no Ultra comic here. Because it goes to show even a comic book can be dangerous in Savannah's hands. I sell a ton of those DC and Major books at the newsstand. SOS. They canceled that book. No wonder. What happened to happy endings? I'll get out and destroy everything? Huh. I don't know about you, but that sounds to me like tomorrow's big adventure. Okay, that's my favorite one. Because it's just a great homage, isn't it?
Yeah, and it especially works since we recently reviewed some movies for that, so it's all fresh in my mind.
But how was it? And the fact that, of course, the Savannahs cheated him, skimped out on it. They gave him just enough for an 8-hour day.
It's like, I mean, it makes perfect sense. If you're only in it for yourself, then you're going to do the absolute bare minimum that you can get away with, and then not even then. It makes perfect sense.
Because they knew he was going to betray them too.
Or it's just like, well, if I know you're going to screw me over, then I'm just not going to put in the effort. Do you really think you're not going to get more trust than you give?
Exactly. Now, this is the guidebook. So, of course, every book is here. Together for the first time, the Batman of two worlds meet the superheroes of Earth of 52 Earths. The last boy on Earth faces his destiny. The House of Heroes under siege. Reveal the secret map of the multiverse. Ah, I just love the smell of burning super flesh. Show some backbone, you little creep. This is what you wanted, isn't it? It's just I've never killed anyone before, let alone superheroes. Aww.
Oh,
Monster! The maps! We lost Wonder Woman. Steal to that box. I won't leave you, Batman. Go, Carter. If all and die here, the world and has no one to protect it. Kill them. I think we've got what we wanted from this little world. Let's get you back to headquarters. According to this, the transmitter is word controlled. Follow me. This isn't going to work. Go, both of you. Don't shoot, whoever you are. I'm on your side. What the Krennic X are you? From Earth 40. Where is it? You and what just went down? I cracked the Dark Tower of Lucex, hunting the Cosmic Grail. Cosmic Grail. There were more robots. They'll be here any minute now. I dreamed the rose that grows in winter entered the vault of ages. Saw the force and stone, or thought I did, and then you're some kind of mutoid. One of them mockeries. One of Darkseid's crew. Darkseid, please put the gun down. Joker, damn it. Truth it out fast. You're on the Pacific Island HQ of Professor Savannah. We're surrounded by killer robots and there's no way out. And half the Little League is dead. But I'm on your side. It's me, Batman. Bruce, it's Dick Grayson. Dick Grayson is dead. Where'd you get my name? Nobody's called me Bruce since. Dick Grayson? Alternate versions of me from no less than 25 separate Earths. Steps through here, mini-me. Say hello to the Legion of Savannahs. The first transmitter cubes only worked with inorganic material, you see. So we dispatched robots to recruit Savannahs from a multitude of worlds. Working together, we soon figured out how to effect the transfer of organic material, such as ourselves, between the multiple worlds. The cubes have doors, you see. Hyperdoors even. Where are we? We're inside of spinning top, whirling in metaspace beyond the multiverse of worlds, vibrating in between the bleed between and space between universes. Much smaller on the inside than it looks from outside. Our group has a collective IQ of 80,000 at least. Naturally, none of us can trust the other, but alliances have been formed. There has been a change. I thought you were helping me to conquer my Earth. Conquer Earth? Why settle for the Earth or even the universe when a multiverse lies within our grasp? We Savannahs have always enjoyed a challenge, but Dr. Hoot built the transmitter Hutch. He saw me in a dream, an open door. What made you think we need a weakling like you in our army? Your Earth's good for one thing only. You tiny people make fantastic snacks. Bite thing. No. Oh no. Boys, I said
boy,
there's
oh
a chance we
boy.
make good on our escape. The Marvels have found us. It had to happen. Our sleazy Earth 5 counterpart led them straight to us. The rat. Still, now that we know how these things work, we can travel anywhere in the multiverse. Count Savannah, hurry back with your vampire troops. You others go ahead. I think I'll just stick around for a closer look at pretty little Mary Marvel. Hold on, I gotta double check one other thing. Hold on. See if there was a change. Nope, no change.
Okay then.
We were tricked into a raid to Savannah's lair. They were waiting for us. It was an ambush. And then the sky turned red. Dr. Savannah called it a transmatter cube. He said it came to him in a dream. And we were only playing, but they didn't care. It was all real to them. They killed Martian Manhunter. Place got no exit. What about the door I just came through? How do we reverse it? I never saw Batman kill before. Even the worst of the bad guys don't use guns. Just crazy gadgets and mind games. Savannah said something about a comic book. Kid, I'm from the East Gotham raid pit. I've seen mum dads mute into shambles. It was kill or you're dead. There's no rape in my Gossip City, and I would know. My guess is you come from an alternative reality like those Savannahs. And this picture book. What's it? Seriously, I think these are maps of other worlds like this. So yeah, now we're seeing another one, Earth 51. This one takes a lot of Kirby's ideas and smashes them into one.
Whee!
Come on, D, we made it. So yeah, they're making their ways through there. They see a tomb. Darkseid's tomb.
Ooh.
Basically, this is where Darkseid had been buried after the events of Final Crisis. But then Nix Wotan, after being driven mad, he's the reason Darkseid came back. And we would see him in New 52. While we rested after our celestial labors were in Supertown atop the Screaming Mountains, Darkseid turned advantage of our divine slumber. He touched many worlds now. He wears many faces, all grim. Those other worlds, High Father. Each hosting multiple emanations of dark side light ray, and of us too. Barta's right. He's rebuilding his godhead from shattered fragments. One question remains unanswered. What dread and hand unlocked his two? But yeah, then they do Brother Eye. They activate. So it's Omni Man. Or OMAC. Sorry, OMAC. Sorry. But yeah, they're making their way in there, and soon, once it seems to say, once nothing and everything were the same thing, and then an impressible flaw is discovered in his or immaculate perfection, a flaw that is nothing as everything, perfection is not. Defining his relationship to the flaw, perfection names itself Monitor Mind, the overvoid. Of the overvoid is Monitor born an anti-monitor, which is the opposite, the conflict generator, the story machine. Monitor Mind is shocked from the schism, acts to contain the flaw, to bottle the flaw and prevent its spread. For study, Monitor Mind brings forth science monitor Dox Novu, who selflessly enters the flaw and is contaminated and splits in two. What had been in universe became multiverse. Divided, deranged Novu catalogs and numbers each variation on a basic seed, each alternative twist, but now looks too close, too deep, infected by activity and processed by the endless play of matter and narrative. Novu is blinded, corrupted by the flaw's lightning battle. So yeah, that's when we then see some other stuff, about the history of the multiverse. The Flash, when the Flash first met each other, the crisis, so much going on. Inspired, the Flash invented the cosmic treadmill. Yeah, and they all met others. Then came the first crisis on Infinite Earth, where worlds that once had been collapsed were fused together, where lives were erased, rewritten, and whole realities converged in epic congress. What had been multiverse was universe once more, unstable, uncertain, post-traumatic, and for a while forces beyond imagination were at work. We then showed stuff about Zero Hour, Infinite Crisis, the events of the comic book New 52, and then Final Crisis. All the monitors kept a record of it, all written in the fictions of Earth 33. When the almighty monitors died, it went untouched. Their passing left Nix Wotan, sole son of Novu, as protector of the multiverse. Then they mentioned about Flashpoint. Somebody's wrong. Flower's gone, Commandi. These are maps of the multiverse. They'll save us all, Bruce. Maps. This is reality from the outside. And look.
Wow, I love cosmology charts like these. This is really shockingly coherent.
It is. The source wall, the monitor sphere. And where is it? The sphere of the gods. The monitor sphere. Where? In the middle, the monitor sphere. Limbo. I can't zoom in on this. The sphere of the gods. Dream, Heaven, New Genesis, Skyland, Nightmare, Hell, Apocalypse, Underworld, Wonderworld, Speed Force Wall, the frequency of Quartz, the array of worlds. And we see, New Genesis, Heaven, the sphere of the gods is where so many other pantheons exist. We also see Destroyer, Carrier, Tanker, Hunter, Explorer, different ships. And then there's the Overvoid, where we read into them. Yeah, there's Wonderworld. And what do I care about this, Tiny? How am I here? I was in the Dark Tower. These cubes are travel devices, Batman. Gateways to parallel Earth. We have these maps and all these worlds to choose from. These stories, each one is part of a kind of chain of relay. We all have stories and heroes and monsters. The latest issue of Little Gotham trying to warn us. Little Gotham, oh! We thought it was just a comic book story, but it was a warning. This helped me or you. How? Explain. Where's Nova? He's not even paying attention. He's not even understanding it. Tap my suit's atomic battery. Here's your Kraken power. Now we have to whistle up a world. How does Savannah know what to do? Give me half a minute to figure this out. Got no minutes, Mini-Man. There are files and 52 known worlds of some called the local multiverse. Data compiled by some kind of super race. Okay, in comic book form. Here's where we get the guidebook. Earth Zero. That's the world we know. Earth 1, that's all the different Earth 1 graphic novels. Earth 2 and Earth 3, the Justice Society and the Crime Syndicate. Earth 4, we've already been there. Earth 5, we were there earlier. Earth 6, the Just Imagine Stan Lee universe. Earth 7 and 8. Earth 9, the Tangent universe. That's a very clever one. That's a case where Dan Jurgens took just the names and created a whole new heroes from them. Earth 10, and where the world where the Superman was formed by the Nazis. We'll be seeing more about him, and the the war keeps on fighting. Earth 11, the gender swapped universe. Earth 12, the world of Batman Beyond. Earth 13, a world where so many of their demons, like super demons, so many other monstrous versions of the characters. Now Morrison didn't want to name all of the different universes, so he left a few that were unknown. One of 7, one of which is the Milestone universe. Earth 15, the so-called perfect universe, was destroyed by Superboy Prime of Earth 33, and that's where the Cosmic Grail is hidden. That's something that Morrison will play into. That's also the universe where that we just dealt with in Black Stars.
Oh yes, that makes sense.
Earth 16, we saw that earlier. Earth 17, that's the one with that one Batman is from. They're seeking the Cosmic Grail, and you have Captain Adam Strange and the Atomic Knights of Justice. Earth 16, basically this is from the What If of Justice Raiders, where they're all in a Western setting. Earth 19, this one takes Gotham by Gaslight Batman and Wonder Woman Amazonia and put them together. Earth 20, we already saw that one. Earth 21, that's the New Frontier world. Although this one says that JFK was never assassinated. That was never made clear in that world. Earth 22, the Kingdom Come universe. Earth 23, we've already seen that. That's Calvin Ellis's world. It's 2 more unknowns, and in Captain Carrot's world, Earth 26. 2 more unknowns, Earth 29. That's the Bizarro world. Earth 30, that's the Superman Red Sun world. Earth 31, that one took Batman Reign and expanded on it to a whole universe. Earth 32, that was the in Darkest Night where Batman became a where Bruce Wayne became a Green Lantern and decided to have it be all these worlds are mishmash crossover versions. You got like Super Martian, Wonder Hawk, Aqua Flash, and Black Arrow. Earth 33, we'll get to that. That's the Ultra Comics one. Earth 34, a world, we have Light Gray, Herculana. This is basically where a whole bunch of original creations. Earth 35, this one took, we also have the Super Americas. Mercury Man, Miss X, Morphin Man, Majesty, Queen, more original versions. Earth 36, that's where we saw Optiman. We saw Red Racer earlier. Earth 37, that is from the Batman Thrill Killer. That's that universe where it's expanded on. Earth 38, that's the Superman Batman Generations Earth. You know, where they kept on aging since 1930s. Earth 39, that's Agents of Wonder. Earth 40, we already saw that one. 41, that's another weirdo Earth. That's also where Dino-Cop comes from. Earth 42, that's the Little League. Earth 43, that's the Vampire Batman universe. Earth 44, basically all of them are created by robots created by Dr. Will Tornado. All of them are robots. Earth 45, where world and where Super Doomsday came from. Another unknown one, Earth 47. That's where the character of Prez comes from, and the Sunshine Superman. Earth 48, that's of Lady Quark. That was known in Crisis on Infinite Earths. We have another unknown one. We have Earth 50, that's the Justice Lords from the anime series, and Earth 51, that's one we've seen as the Commandi Earth. So yeah, his tomb was breached by the son of Mother Novu, a young super god corrupted and broken by demons. So he unleashed Doomsday. They all get out of there. Unleash doomsday on the plague of creation. In the name of the Gentry in whom we serve. In the name of the empty hand. You're from Earth 17, and this must be Earth 42. But what terrible secrets are we hiding? It's all vibration. Each world has its own note. Maybe like a whistle or a cracking whistle. You quit thinking straight, even if it worked. We'd wind up anywhere, anyhow, all over. This flower wasn't here a second ago. My bat sonar could generate super UHF signals. Maybe, just maybe, I hear voices. Those are my friends beyond the door. That's our way out. So yeah, they're trying to get their way through. And where's Batman? If you a token of his survival, talk fast or you die where you stand. I think I'm a machine. So they're all machines.
That is curious.
Yep. Turns out Lil Steel and the other Batman were brought over to the temple when Wardy and fall hemorrhaging on the bleed, worlds colliding, harbinger mind failing, House of Heroes under attack, SOS, empty, get up, rest, reset. You have died before. You have died many times more before. I'm done with you. See now, my hand is empty. Empty is thy hand. Oh dear. So how was that?
Well, I love me some really good world building, and this is some shockingly coherent world building given just how much information they had to synthesize together into one thing. I just can't help but admire the panache behind that.
I think it helped that Morrison's already just expanding on what's been long established before.
Yeah, and it's... Yeah, I'm definitely aware of just the sort of controversy that has been in the past around this kind of stuff. So
yeah, so many people are just getting so fed up with the multiverse when I love the multiverse.
It's like, why intentionally constrict your chain of possibility when it's just I know. It's far more organic to let it happen this way.
Now I think it's because it's the whole idea of if there's a multiverse, why should anyone care? The worlds are just going to come back anyway, or it's just happening on another Earth. It takes away a lot of the suspense.
Yeah, it's just...
But yeah, this one, it's just all of a nod. Oh, look, we open up with Hitler on the toilet. How dare you disturb me here of all places? Forgive me, and leader. I was instructed by Colonel Von Hammer to report to you at once. What did I say? Can't you hear I'm writhing in agony? Go away! Hey, leader, this is urgent. I ran all the way to inform you. Why? What reason did Von Hammer give for interrupting me at my toilet? He said it was the most important moment in all of history, leader. Colonel Von Hammer has found a weapon from the stars that will win the war for Germany. Leader, sir, the stars. Yes, I heard. Dispose of this waste paper and take me directly to Von Hammer. Look at that, Superman punching him. Hail Hitler! It was discovered in a farmland. But basically, yeah, it's Kal-El's ship. And look. My God. Do none of you realize what this is? The Superman, the Overman, the great man of history. He has been sent to us from the future. Yes, you, my remarkable little fellow from the stars. You are the man of tomorrow, the man of iron, my unstoppable weapon. 17 years later, the Chandala dreamed of a golem to deliver him, the reality of a new Aryan new man, the proud and ruthless German Overman. So, yep, thanks to him, they won. The day America fell, the day Uncle Sam died. Or so they told us. Yeah, so then Uncle Sam who actually is the personification of the American spirit. Over, girl. No! That sound, the creaking door. I must, 60 years later. Carl, not again. The same dream. A broken house, impossible to repair. A great vacant building, the timbers cracking, the molding rotten, the floorboards crumbling underfoot. It's still alive with some malevolent emptiness. That's not so strange. Carl, every night! I'm sorry. It all seems so obvious. Are these terrorists troubling you that much? Over the girl's death was a terrible shock, but you have to appear strong at the memorial tomorrow. The whole world needs to see you be strong. We all must be strong as she was strong. She gave her life on a distant world. Over, girl. brave, beautiful Overgirl. And look, all the Leaguers are part of the Nazi regime.
Hmm. Oh, damn.
The eternal flame, like Overgirl's memory, it will never go out. All right, a little bit more. It seemed right to begin the memoir here at the beginning of the end, the world we took for granted, before the fall of Metropolis, before the trial of the new regime and the betrayal, before all that. He was the figurehead of a solar empire with a seemingly ageless consort at his side. He and his were the powers of a living god. He fought monsters and supercriminals and led a team of mighty heroes on epic adventures. He had everything a man could dream of, except peace of mind. I got closer than any of the others, but when I found out what he'd done, I helped destroy him. But that came later. First, it was a voice. It was a voice of someone that answered that question. Never. Who would dare? A enthralling twang in a forbidden tongue we'd only ever heard in banned movie reels. Overman! We dare! We the people! Lightning, get the bystanders! Move! It was the biggest story ever, the ultimate headline, and I was there. For years, we faced unlegitimate threats where there was no doubt as to the morality of our actions. The Star Conqueror, and Construct, the Lucifer League, Kanjar Row. But this seems different. These enemies rise from the shame of our past. They have grievances we may have to comfort. I'm not ashamed of anything that happened decades ago before I was born. My family had good reasons for everything it did. How is this different? You weren't there, Leatherwing. I was. People died for what they believed in. My grandfather, Von Hammer, died for what he believed. Me, I believe it's what's real and dirty and leave bruises. You don't give in. You don't give in to terrorists. People like that never stop. They even mock our uniforms with their gypsy rags they wear. Their grandfathers and grandmothers died in Hitler's camps. My people only escaped the same fate because the SS believed Atlantis was the root of the Aryan race. And your people fought on the losing side for most of the war. Atlantean cowardice cost U-boat crews their lives. Underwater man, please, no moralizing. This is what we're dealing with. Brunhilde, and they use English, a dead language, as a badge of resistance and fellowship. They have access to these weapons from a parallel universe. Whoa, weird vibration. How could it even work? Careful with that saying. Yeah, sorry. Looks like it works pretty well. This Uncle Sam has access to advanced weapons, training facilities, and a homemade superhuman program. The prisoner told me that much. Or he told us only what Uncle Sam wants us to hear. We still have no idea where they're hiding, but significant numbers of under people have vanished from the Metropolis subsidy. The new regime and Reichmen were assembled to protect our way of life. Our way of life is under threat. The question he won't answer is the obvious one. What kind of suicide bomber survives the blast? An invulnerable one, perhaps? No, he's human bomb. He can create all these energies, but but it doesn't affect him. We want to watch you fall from the sky, my friend. And then Leatherwing beat him senseless again. I'm uncomfortable. Yes, Leatherwing, Underwater Man, the Martian, they're worried about you. You think that's not obvious? I was sure before, sure we could somehow outrace our past, that mountain of dead. But sometimes I just think, what if we deserve this? That's ridiculous, and you know it. If you can't lead us, I won't play nursemaid to a wounded man of iron. Don't let our enemies know how you've changed, Overman. They can smell weakness. Bring me your huddled masses. Bring me your poor and the lost, the crazy, the different, the strange. I think we can bring you something much better. The new improved huddled masses, poised to return Germanica to its rightful owners. What in hell? By golly, it worked. Dane, Martha, and can you believe it? This we won fight in your war, Sam. Jehovah prohibits that, but we're willing to help anyone who's in trouble. We can't say we're sure about the outfits yet either. For for in 1 hour, so great riches is come to naught. Your you fellers believe we're living in the end times, don't you? Hell, I think you may be right after all. Soon you'd introduce the freedom fighters. Thank you for agreeing to us at a difficult time, Overman. So, how do you respond to critics who seem convinced a traitor within your ranks is feeding information to the terrorists? There are always conspiracy theories. I want your viewers to know we have the terrorist situation completely under control, Jurgen. And I'm sure that's good to hear. But if I can, I'd like to get straight down to brass tacks, Overman. You've expressed regret in the past for the ethnic and ideological purges of the Hitler era. Is there any extent to which you find yourself sympathetic to Uncle Sam's rhetoric? I mean, we live in a virtual paradise. People are content and life is easy. I have to ask you, what's the regret? I was gone for only 3 years. What have you done? So that happened all while he was gone. And as for a
Hot
new rumor,
damn.
I know, the new Bryot is an obvious next target. Mr. Olson, we have one of the terrorists in custody, and I have no doubt the others will join him shortly. This year's performance of the ring cycle will go ahead as it has every year since 1876. Nothing has changed. I thought that went well, and I thought that went well. People want to hear me tackle the difficult questions. You'll join me in new browsers, Jurgen? Of course. I'm not scared of Uncle Sam and his gang. Give my and love to Lena, won't you? Turns out Lena's been utilizing this special bottle. It's almost running dry. It's what keeps her younger. And turns out that's all she cares about.
Well then.
Yep, you're an immortal alien. You'll go on and on and on into the future, carrying Hitler's standard. I must look upon about as appealing as a shadow on the wall. We're all ghosts to you. When we're all gone, you'll still be here. I'm sorry, Lena. It's not like that at all. I'm sorry you see it that way. Fly there if you want to. I don't want to be carried anymore. It ruins my hair, Ann. What are you looking at? It's nothing. Just checking the eagle's nest. On 3 days into the performance and nothing. Maybe they won't strike again. What is this about, Overman? And what is this about, Overman? He claims he saw nothing unusual in the prisoner's physiology. And you don't trust him? You don't trust Overman? The terrorists know too much, you man. If one of us was a traitor, if it was, boom! Well, now, get to the teleport. Man, were you boys on your way to torture me some more? Leatherwing. I didn't feel a thing. See, my body absorbs, stores and converts energy. I didn't survive the explosion. I am the explosion. The human bomb! So I saw him tense, felt the static charge of his muscles as they tightened, as if he knew what would happen next, as if it were all and all as predictable, as familiar as Wagner's score. We're calling time on your corrupt world. We will strike again and again until you fall. Your cities on Mars and the moon will be our target. There is no corner of your wicked empire we cannot reach, and we will win. And because you have one thing we have one thing you don't, Overman. He savored the beat, a showman timing his punchline to the second. Something to believe in. 98 years old, his strength failing under the massive weight of the eagle's nest as it hit the atmosphere. His resolve failing. He must have known where it was heading. We want you to pay for your crimes. Heads up, ratsies. Sam says you can ram your Siegfried where the sun don't shine. He must have known where it would fall. Metropolis. He only wanted an end to his guilt. He wanted an end to his loveless relationship. He wanted an end to his bloated, self-satisfied 1,000-year empire. That day was only the beginning. So he let it happen!
Oh shit!
So how was that one?
Wow.
Yeah. Now, here comes the big one. Only you can save the world. If you value your lives, you must not read this comic. Don't read it. We made it. We're back. You. Yes, you. Don't go. Don't leave me alone. I'm sorry. I realize you don't know me, friend, but I know you. I know all of you. I don't have much time to explain any of this. I'm from 24 hours and 38 pages in your future, and the ultimate enemy is on my tail, so I can't stay here long. Listen to me. My youth has been restored by returning to the beginning as I'd hoped. If you choose to continue, you'll learn the whole story, but you'll also get them. They're using me to attack Earth Prime. That's our Earth. If you heard this comic is cursed or haunted or somehow infected, you heard right. Whatever you do, don't look ahead to the end or it's all over. If that doesn't scare you, if you think you can help me, I still believe that together we can contain them. As for the rest of you, don't turn to you. It was your eye all along. The Oblivion Machine. We're in the Oblivion Machine. It's a trap. Don't turn the page. There you are. Guess that's one way to get your attention, right? But don't worry about Ultra. He's only dreaming in his tank. Anyway, now that you've chosen to stay and take part in our little experiment, you may be wondering how much of that what you're about to experience is real. Well, wonder no more. Sure, I'm just a pen and ink representation, but I'm real enough for you to hear my voice right inside your head, right? We can both agree you're interacting with a real physical object, and we both know you're starting to realize this isn't just any comic book. This comic book is of ours is special, and this is different. This one is alive, and our superhero is something new, not a hoax. Our superhero is real. How do we know he's real? Because he's you, and you're real, aren't you? Not a dream. Our superhero has many thousands of secret identities, many thousands of faces, and to put things plainly, our world has been invaded by a genuine threat from another universe. This is where you come in, not an imaginary story. We need your help. Let's go meet our hero, the hero you're all going to become. Not an Elseworlds tale. It's not far. He's here now, in your hands, on your screen. His name is Ultra Comics. Ultra, can you hear me? I, I hear. I hear you. I hear you loud and clear. Incredible. My body made from cellulose pulp, salt water, and carbon, titanium dioxide, wax emulsion, formaldehyde. My skin of water, glycol, iron blue, azo, pigments, the staples of my spine. Ultra Comics, made to comfort and to comfort a threat of no single ordinary being could deal with. Designed as the ultimate warrior in the battle for your very souls. But don't be alarmed. I've been precision engineered to help you win that war. Install Ultra Comics and Psychic Shield technology simply by choosing to read this comic cover to cover. Input one, superhero behavioral codes, golden age to modern inclusive. Take that, Buster. I'll save you. Why? What are you looking at? Ha! Get it? 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s? Conceived and manufactured with every advantage? An observation. Some balloons make me look dated. How about I express myself using first-person narrative captions? They accomplish that, and they outline my origin story. My creators are meme smiths inhabiting a world they call Earth Prime, a world without flesh and blood superheroes, unyielding laws of physics and the current technological progress of Earth Prime make superhumans an impossibility. The only super beings of Earth Prime are fictional, made of paper or celluloid. And so, Ultra, a cybernetic comic book designed to capture and dissect a suspected hostile independent thought form, or HIT. Hostile independent thought form, HIT! Powered by the Ultra Agem, Imagination Solid 4, and Crystal Form. You, all of you, all together can we build the Ultra Gem to life. Bring the Ultra, using the Ultra Gem, the accumulated power of thousands of minds in different times and places can be harnessed, united. Focus here at the interface where you and Ultra Comics become one living organism. Not that I should need anybody's help, but friends, an unforeseen assemblage of networked multiple minds combined in one single superpower form. My best friends, are we circuit closing? Are I, Earth's first real superhero? Open primary conduit. Ultra Gem, emotional anchor secure. We are Ultra Comics. Ultra is aware. Ultra is alive. Ultra is raring to go. Earth Prime facing attack by a HIT, using comic book pulp fiction as a doorway into the minds of its unwitting hosts. You are our first line of defense, Ultra. You, an idea so powerful it believes it's alive. So I'm not really alive, but I can hear myself thinking. I could swear I'm alive. Maximum rapport achieved. Emotional bond secure. Ultra is go. And so while Ultra ponders his latest existential dilemma, get ready to turn that page. Activate Ultra Comics' debut adventure, a nakedly allegorical tale we just had to call Out of His Box. Looks like my creators thought of everything. Seems they have the power to send me wherever I'm needed. So why here? What happened to New York? It's like a dream, some parallel world, or more like a generic post-apocalyptic urban wasteland, an Earthstad's world where the forces of evil somehow won the eternal battle against good. Trouble is, I don't buy all that good and evil crap. In truth, there's a sliding scale of what civilization would tolerate at any given time. Let's face it. Civilians who murder are criminals, while soldiers who kill are heroes. But what battlefield is this? Why assign me here? They always have a reason, don't they? Question hangs on the mind, unanswered by a myriad of unborn voices. Think, man, and with the multi-mind, think. The ultimate test is about to begin, and you must be ready. Yet far away, yet close at far away, yet close at hand, things are never what they seem. Ultra comics beware. There's still time for you to leave. I'm giving you one last chance to put this comic book down now. Ultra has been led into a trap, and so have you, I'm afraid. Did someone say trap? Alone in a land of shadows and great danger, and yet we're all here, together, defying some and time and space and reason as one being with many minds concentrated here and now. My own voice sounds a little more natural now. I sense we're bonding. It's almost as if you want to know more about what's going to happen to me. I do too. It's amazing. We agree on so much. Don't forget, you have become a part of a living cross-time cybernetic comic in the form of a comic book. Be careful and maintain concentration. Strange. My accent's American, but it was a little Canadian and British too, and a dozen of more international inflections. The voice of a girl, the voice of a boy, all different opinions. Same old, pretentious and symbolism. Yet another comic book about comics and and treats they return the same tired theme. How about a simple adventure story for once? Ha! You and me both. It's just well, there's something about what we're doing, something I worry about. Increasing emotional engagement. What's this? The borders of your nation are patrolled by soldiers with weapons. You keep your possessions safe behind walls of concrete and stone. Your data is defended by antiviral software, and yet, without even thinking of the dangers, you allowed me through all your defenses directly into your heads, where you would be safe. Eat life, eat up darkness, eat up sun. It's ours. We found it. Not on my watch. Give it a, give it a, give it a, hee hee. This ends now. Crawlies say the same thing over and over. They say the same thing. Someone, please stop them. Stay back, kid. I've got this. Seriously. Ha! Not so tough now. And as for you, stop. That's enough. Come closer. I'll kill you. I haven't moved an inch, kid. What happened here? Who broke the world and why? So, big deal. You took the crawlies by surprise. Those won't even as big scary ones. You just got lucky. I'll keep that in mind if we run into any more. Guess you got lucky too. I don't need luck. I got weapons on all sides. See? Meet the kids from tomorrow. It's the year whatever and 5. You're face to face with the neighborhood guard. All right, Red Riding Hood and Blue Boy run this patch. Good to know someone's responsible, is in charge of at all times. Your weapons can't hurt me, you know. I was sent here to help. You want to help? You better move. They're coming. Shh. Ribazorian drone droids. Looking for the box, I bet. So what does everyone want with this mysterious box? My Ultra Gem senses immense storm and power. The box is ours. The elders sent us after it. We don't need your nose in our business. If I deliver your box, will you take me to your elders? Admit it. I'm the only one here who can lift this. What? You don't believe me? So this is this is your base camp. How about I put this right here? Any chance I can talk to some grown-ups? Right here. They can't wait to say hello, mister. At last. I know this guy. The box. You have no idea what it means to us. Allow me to introduce myself. Carrie Concord Jr. is the moniker. You encountered the Durformoids, once Earth's protectors, now Z-Vol's monsters in the servers of Tor. And and they called me Ultraman once. In fact, we're all called Ultra. Strange coincidence, huh? Mozoblazol, Ola Larta, Draga Raga. Whatever you say, pal. What's this machine you're working on? Looks nasty. And call it New City. Riborizon took advantage of the chaos following a war. What happened here? Red Hood told me a little. This isn't the New York I know. Battle between Time Tyrant Tor and Epoch Lord of Time. When Tor's stronghold in 2040 fell, it took the whole millennium down with it. This is a broken world. Part today, part tomorrow. Neither one and nor the other. Always just now. Incredible. But we have these, eh? Messages from other worlds, it said, warning us of some approaching unknown catastrophe. Worse than any we faced so far. And this cube is the key? I'll do what I can to help. This is all new to me. And each is a warning, a chain, an SOS. And this is how I knew you. That's how my body might look from the outside, sure. But I'm not missing most of my content. And And how is this a body? How can this be you? Explain yourself. What the hell's behind you? Skulls? Wait a minute. Now I understand. You're super cannibals. The Formoids kept the Ultra Box safe. Not even the Ultra King could get it to you until you came along. The Formoid kept the Ultra Box safe. Not even the Ultra King could get to it until you came along. You asked what we're building. Ace Arn, our spaceman from the far-flung future, can explain it better than me. Ultra behind you. Zabazola. Wait, what? And what is this? Let go of. Hold him. The flesh of a super being. The Ultra King is always hungry. In the name of Maxitron, get him into the restraints. My apathy ray will. It still has battery power enough to subdue him. What's the point? What's the guilty? Your humble narrator can only step back aghast to watch and to. And where's my voice coming from right now? Why is there somebody else's voice inside my skull? Will somebody please talk to me about this? Who is Ultra? What is? It is Ultra. Don't worry, Ultra fan. It's not going all weirdness for weirdness sake. Are you ready for the super slugfest of this or any other century? He's here. Our space chief. His attributes manifold is unknown. Ultra versus Ultra. You don't understand. I came here to help. I was born on a distant doom planet, marooned on this derelict sphere. Listen to me. I think your whole world is in danger. This universe, my world, my universe. I am Lord of Almerac, consort of mighty Maxima. I am Ultra! My strength knows no limit. My hunger is the equal of my physical might. I don't understand what I'm up against. This shouldn't be. A wholly destructive thought has entered my mind, eating through my self-confidence, screaming in my head. Crunch, over and over said the same thing. You're losing. Crunch, crunch. No. What was I saying? Crump. Oh, excuse me. That's the trouble with upstarts. They taste too good. You did well. I'll leave what's left of you for the flesh-eating children. The Ultra Box is my escape from this time sump. My way back to Almerac and Maxima and the splendors of the Ultrasphere itself. You made passable service this endless cycling days. Forgive me. I've exposed you all to evil. Don't do it. It's waiting on the other side of the cube, just waiting a few pages down the line. Now I must leave this futile, crippled half-world to its fate. We have to stop him somehow. Use the multi-mind and think. You'll take us with you, won't you? We retrieve the Ultra Box, the transmitter cube, like in the comics we found. Silence! Did I say I was done with you yet? Yeah, you. I don't even have to get loose to take you down. I'm the Ultra King of Almighty Almerac. Mine is the strength and the core and and mantle, the fury of the firement, and the hunger of flame. Ultra stuff becoming anything you want it to be. Ultra stuff responds to my thought. My thought! As any telepath would know, I'm thinking Ultra stuff is the most corrosive, explosive solvent in the universe. And you just ate it! Ugh. Get me out of this. I made a terrible mistake. It's a trap. The whole thing was built to lure a hostile alien. A hit. Ugh. Hear that knocking? You let me into your heads, into your secret personal private space, and that's exactly what they wanted. Don't answer the door. Rex Ultra was all we had to protect us from the thing in the box. See, this is only silly comics, makes no sense. The thing in the box, only pretend. Go on, read on. What harm can it do? I was just a sacrifice. Get out while you can. There's something in here with us. If you turn the page, it'll see you. Earth Prime. There you are. Kids, run, please. What have I done? This is all my fault. They used me. They used all of us to draw out the hit entity. Ultracom is just flypaper to catch up. The Gentry has defeated you. The Gentry is within you. Kneel before your new master. Turn the page. Do it, slave. Now we understand one another. We Gentry were drawn to the carrion reeks of your dream, where places and spaceships, only carnal houses and brothels remain. Impoverished, an ideal environment as our kind to flourish, for our kind to flourish. Do you understand now? We're moving into your mind, and nothing can stop us. Can't see properly. I can't hear. Head's all fuzzy and old. I'm in deep trouble, but there's more to Ultra Comics than just me. Forget the Eags. An old man needs some help here. Somebody buy me some time. Sir? You got it! Yeah! Down! Only one way to save them. Must make it back and restart. Activate it now, Ultra. Your secret power. Do you know what the Oblivion machine about what is the Oblivion machine? Ultra's gone. He just disappeared. We're screwed. No, he'll come back. We believe in Ultra Comics, and we demand a happy ending. Got me out of that first scene in the nick of time. Get behind me, kids. Everything's going to be okay. And Riley's sorry we tried to kill you and eat you. We all make mistakes sometimes, especially when we're young. Just don't ever do it again. Intellectron. When I said it was a trap, they made it for you. You've been eaten by Ultra Comics. You've been rendered down into pure text in the digestive system of a comic. The big bad is an egg, and the thing about text is vulnerable to criticism. An evil egg? That's it, I'm out. This guy raped my wall way too many times. Ha! A 5-dimensional evil egg? Lol. Don't forget the evil bat wings. You mock until you understand. You are mine. The Oblivion machine eats your precious mortal hours as it grows fat on your wasted time. This isn't going to work. Run, kids! Absorbed in its picture shows you grow old. Think, Ultra Comics, think. There was only ever one way to close the trap on the hit. One last thing all of you have to do. Close the door and leave me. I'll be all right. I'll find a way. Heart stops. And it can't. And it can't. There was a thought you had to think before. My best friend and I and love and I. Final crisis. World crisis. Cosmic crisis. Starved of oxygen. One by one, the constellations go out. One by one. By each goodbye more heartbreaking than sad stars blinking out. And when it happens now. Nowhere exit, and let's ever think of this. This ends now. You are experiencing potential hit infection. Report to a quarantine zone immediately. Put the comic down now! Well?
That was so cool. That was
See what I mean? They punish you for turning the page.
Yeah, it's meta. It's playing meta to a hilt.
See,
it reminds me of like this. What have you ever heard of the basilisk thought experiment? That was basically just that, but in comic form.
Yeah, but this is the idea of you turn the page, it gets worse. You turn the page, it gets worse.
Mm-hmm.
But yep, last issue. Just when you thought it was all over, the story goes on without you. Listen to me. With mine own eyes, I saw gods and men and women that were as God. I heard celestial four-color thunder and looked upon the lettered word. Listen to my voice. I saw the multiverse rotting and earth in decay. There were sound effects in our heads, the lacerating and hosannas of angels. Harbinger system operational, calling all earth. SOS! First spell the word, that and then words made law. The bleak whisper of demons. So we're starting to jump around to these other earths as they're all like this is the demon world, for example. As we see quiet now, the form of man. Rise, super demon!
Mm-hmm.
Etriged, ha ha ha! Each tongue of chiming, rhyming, fire of flail. Each barbed and toxic word and poison dip. Each scalding wound inflicted a fatal tale. So yeah, they eventually then find their own cube and everything. And basically, let's raise our gaze from verse to multiverse. The Blood League of verse 43 are under and that's Savannah's control. As they're all starting to do. Basically, they're forming a big army, in other words. Oh, but we're seeing some other heroes showing up and take him out. God, I must have a latte. Americano, for me. One less idiot now. Reset the transmitter. We'll find a world that's easier to conquer. So they're trying to find others, but turns out the Shazams are still beating on their place, and they actually start to win out. Oh, and then in Earth-18, whoop, they're killed right away. But the Gentry promised me Mary, sucker. Yeehaw! On every world, a crisis. On every alternative, a new apocalypse. A doomsday. A last judgment, a conclusion that never comes but continues to arrive, an endless event. Incoming Earth designated 29, 23, 36. So they're all bright. I know. My name is Abensor, Green Lantern Corps officer, and me am Adam familiar every time. So that's Bizarro, the
Hmm.
Bizarro version. I'm Dr. Nemo. I was experimenting with my phantom chamber technology for my government. And then this flashlight. We found you. Is Red Racer with you? Well, ain't this a trip and a half? What the hell is this place? Okay, people, new arrivals. We've all been dragged here from a bunch of parallel Earths. For some reason, we still don't understand. This much we know. There are multiple universes existing side by side. This station stands at the center of what they call the array of worlds. Right now, all we need is for you to do what you do best. We need y'all to be superheroes. Harbinger, you listen to me? We can't do this without you. Hell machines eating my mind files. Wiped. Where are you? Harbinger! Incoming Earth designated 32. Invasion underway. Harbinger system collapsing. Holes in the bleed. And the 999th forbidden name of the third angel of despair was the Hell Machine. And countless were its legions. You're some kind of Batman, correct? I don't know where I am, but I got a map to everywhere. Looks like a comic book. I think it's some big deal. So yeah, they're all like Steel. I remember. He knows. He's reading us. Fight and fight and fight. Why don't you? We will lose. And he calls us home. Empty is his hand. Explain. Empty list. Everything's just basically all going to the hell in a handbasket. We are being
Mm-hmm.
watched. We are being stress tested by a being beyond our comprehension. This information you bring can restore the files of the Harbinger NA. That's good, right? Basically, they use that book to restore it. Meanwhile, back on Earth-8. But I solved the cube in 17 moves. Holes were open. Fatal wounds in time and space. There will be no one left to protect you. Worlds will fall. Billions will die. Tomorrow there will be ruin and tears. Then through the halls, the Gentry will come. All that lives will live in fear and die in agony and ignorance. Primary objective, smash his force field. I need to eat one of my cosmic carrots in the next 10 minutes or I lose my powers. And I turn back into Blade old Rodney Rabbit. We need you at full strength, Captain Carrot. Damn! Even behemoths can't put a dent in a Crusader. So yeah, they're all fighting all like, then they gentrification. We learn from the work. They make us like them. 15 moves. Expect no pity. 14 rats and red sun radiation channel from 100 stories. As for the funny animal, huh? Not so funny now. Whoopsie. Saved by tomb physics, but if I don't munch on a power carrier in the next 5 minutes, I turn back to Roddy Rabbit, except headless. I'll do what I can. Captain, listen to me. Talk fast. Nick Suoto had a plan. Nick Suoto is ahead of everyone. See? Head jokes. Not funny. They wanted him to open doors, to let them into the multiverse, and he did. But doors opened both ways. He turned the Gentry's victory inside out. And far from water, I'm in a serious disadvantage. Sunderwear, and you say you're a storm god, lightning brother of the Malwanjum people. I'll get you all the HEO you'll need. For you, Sea Queen, I'll bring down the whole sky. What have we here? The fishwife of Earth-11? I wonder what the stink was. Oh, you poor fool. I'm Earth-11. The strongest native life form is me! And my electric field can change your tune, stabbed his eye. He had the keys to the multiverse, the transmatter cubes to let them in. Look, I'm trying to follow this, but I'm a little fixated on my cosmic carrots. As for my body, Captain Carrot? Confused. Files erasing mine. What am I seeing now? It's a map of everything. It's how it looks from above. And tell me it helps, because I came a long way. Uploading monitor files on the 52 worlds. Files restore. Retaliation begins. Prepare to repel borders. So, and through Discord's din, a pure clarion note was heard. So came the marvels, with mountains as their weapons, and the false rock of Savannah, and was unto them a javelin forged from artificial hours and days. Those hell machines are speared, brought low, and consumed by the awful life that is in the bleed. So came the family of marvels to the house of heroes, with a fanfare of colors and heartbeats like thunder, and worlds did blaze with architect articulate light and lighting and lightning. Thought you might need this and this cap. My savior. Mustn't forget. Now that's more like it. And you happen to be exactly the man I wanted to talk to, Red Racer. Excuse me while I chow on this. Now that's what I'm talking about. Of course we're going to win. It's all about the in comic books, remember? The whole invasion of the story here in comic books. Those stories are all about real places. Everything you need to know is here. Loud and clear, Mr. S. Who dares get in our way? What power triumphs over sheer absurdity? 10 moves remaining. Our multiverse is being invaded. Excuse me. Look, you have to read these to get the overview. What, now? At a time like this? I'm not that much of a nerd. You're serious? About as serious as an 8-foot tall rabbit can get. You're way faster than the rest of us, pal. You'll make connections we don't have time to make. Hey, I said read them, not hand them back. I read them all. You were blinking. Oh my God. The same attack is affecting all of these worlds. The master word to control the cubes is SOS. The bad guys were weaker in some universes. I promised I wouldn't go running into trouble, Hank, but speedsters always make the ultimate sacrifice, like the flashing Crisis on Infinite Earths. 8, 7, 6, and zombies. Next they'll be taking our jobs, and there goes the whole neighborhood. That's the Spider-Man. And everything has a weakness. Talk's cheap, Frank. What do we do if we can't get close enough to pulverize him? This is for you, Hank. SOS. SOS. Flashback. Red Racer is now circulating the planet and Earth 6 times every second, approaching dimensional escape velocity. 4 more to go. The monkey says it's not a force field. Wotan's trapped inside that thing. All we have to do is make sure the fastest mind alive gets time to think. 3. Look, I did it in 15. No one's ever done it in. Arrows, I know. Then by the lightning strike and by cheering rainbows, I was blinded. And blinded I witnessed. Yeah, exactly. And that's the guy I just explained about. All the flashes. Flashback. Approaching the speed of light, time slows to a stop. A split second lasts forever. Time enough to recruit an army. Choose your weapon, they said. I chose you. Whoa, I survived a whole bunch of crises. Grids from my favorite JLA books. Near Infinite Mass Punch multiplied 15 times. And Monitor. Wotan, are you with us? It's too late. They put me in hell. They're all coming back for all of us. Please, I can't go back. I can't fight them. It was barely a reprieve, Sam. This is a control mechanism for some kind of dimensional gateway. A key to all the gateways. What the hell are those things? Your new landlords, the Gentry. We make fit this world for our kind to thrive. Return to us, Nix Wotan. What have I done? They brought me to the throne of the empty hand and I knelt. Wotan, time to get up. Time to fight back, Monitor. I set Darkseid loose, unleash a plague of mad scientists, open all the doors, and in the process summon an unstoppable army of superheroes. You gave them what they wanted and bargained on us to be able to stop them. These things destroyed Earth 7, my whole world, every Superman and woman. Synchronizing cubes, transmatter cubes have opened all across the array of worlds. Harbinger is tracking and taking control. All volunteers proceed immediately to Earth-8. Does this mean we can all go home? And you finally found us a way out of this nut house right when it quit being boring. Transmatter orbit and web is operational. Worlds are in harmony. We are and go for direct access via the House of Heroes to any trouble spot. Using the master word SOS, the cubes link every known universe. Solutions obvious. Our enemy is vulnerable to the impossible. They already destroyed a whole universe? No way. It was already damaged. You're missing stuff by reading too fast. The Gentry. Nix Wotan beat you by doing exactly what you wanted. He won your game, so let him alone. If you have to take one of us, take me. Stubbs, step down, pal. This is a job for the super judge. But I'm happy to wait in line. You broke my world, but let me tell you something, fella. You don't look so hot right now. You ever watch an egg fry, mate? We humbled you before, man god. This will be worse. Now you got that one right. Crusader, where are all these other guys coming from? Beats me, but I know where they're headed. Retaliators, rampage! Now what? Too easy, even at half strength. You're right, it's not over. The Gentry only serve. There's an empty hand at the end. There's a signal. Can anyone else see it? I can. Coming from the door. They came from Earth 7, didn't they? We made it our mission to return to Earth 7. Now's our chance to find out, to see what's behind all this. This was my home. There were clean skies and seas. All the songs are bent out of tune. Superman is at the scale of it. A throne of worlds. Great Valso. I have concluded my assessment of your strengths. I have nothing to fear from you. The end will come when I decree it. Decree. Not yet. What are they making? In the name of Rao, what are they building? The Gentry labored to complete the Oblivion Machine, the final chapter of your never-ending story. I've heard that before, and every would-be conqueror sing the same hymn sheet. My legions await my command. They feed and grow strong on the starry carcasses of our previous victims. Multiverse 2. I will choose when next we meet. Be God. Empty is my hand. That's how it happened. We reappeared on Earth-8. Harbinger brought all of us back here to the House of Heroes. I'm heartened that so many of you responded to the SOS. We hope we're all agreed. We're preparing for a full-scale invasion from a higher order of reality. We've entered an astonishing new era. Ours is the array of worlds, a multiverse of intelligent life and infinite potential. We need to stand against threats so that life and that potential. I'm proposing a volunteer army, a squadron of super guardians capable of reacting to cosmic level threats. That means recruiting the greatest heroes of 50 worlds to our cause. That means you. I'm in, that's for sure. I can't wait to see some more of these alternate universes from the Monitor Guidebook. But you, like you don't have enough to do as president. What else can I do? The Gentrys use this comic book to invade the multiverse, which means we know exactly where they came from. Earth 33. As far as I can see, that's where all this trouble begins. And if they're out there, if they're somehow reading this, we're coming to get them. You can go anywhere now, including home. Until next time, remember the name, Operation Justice Incarnate. I heard a great assembly gathered in the heavens at the conclusion. Next Wotan, I spoke as if in 100,000 voices. You saved multi-trillions of lives. The inhabitants of 50 parallel universes owe you their gratitude, Monitor Wotan. Impressive, huh? And thing is, how do you reward a super god or whatever the hell you say you are? There's got to be some way we can thank you. There must be something you need. Seriously? There's nothing. You sprung me from hell already. Nix, whatever you do, we have to restring the Ultima Assault from the mess these monkeys made. No, wait. Now that I think about it, there's something I could really could use. And there came a knock at the door, and one last voice fading, saying, "Did we get back to the first page? Except no more impossible excuses. You owe me? Sure, I owe you. Guess what? Count them. $800. He asked for the money." So yeah, how was all that?
Wow, what do I even say to all of that? I'm having trouble finding words.
It's both it's overwhelming and yet simple to understand.
Yeah, it's just like it is completely ridiculous, and yet I get it perfectly. Ineffable definitely feels like the right word because it is very difficult.
What do you think about the Gentry?
It's like I said before, it's like sort of a paradoxical thought experiment known as the basilisk, where simply knowing about it at all is a danger.
Yep.
And I thought that was really super neat. And then they just kind of broke the fourth wall a bit, saying, yeah, that villain design is kind of dumb, but it's just, hey.
But this whole project, all of this coming together like this.
Yeah, it was legitimately scary.
It definitely did. It's this whole idea that, and I always love this idea that when you read comics, that means they are happening out there somewhere. I always love that idea.
Yeah, where it's just like, it also reminds me of one of the proposals for SCP-001, where it's just a sheaf of papers, and every time you pick one up, you find a description of an SCP, and not long after, they find that SCP in the world, and it's unclear whether or not it's just they're all documented here, or if by you picking up a sheet from that paper, you are now making that SCP exist. I just think that concept is so interesting.
I agree.
Like, by interacting with it, you make it exist.
Your mind makes it real, in other words.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, just again, I just thought this was such a great concept, great execution. And okay, how would you rank each of the different worlds we had focused on?
Hmm. Well, the tabloid world is at the very bottom. I think I can
Yeah,
tell you that much. It's figuring out the top and the middle that's a bit more difficult because all of them
yeah.
had very interesting flavors to them.
So, and of course, I'm talking about in the I would say the second low and weakest, but only by comparison, it's nowhere near the tabloid one, was the one with the two warring worlds.
Yeah, that one, it was a case where they were so tied up in the existence of one another that they didn't really develop the individual worlds as strongly as it could have been for you to care as much. It's
Not just
just,
that, but you also have the idea that you have the world and a world of heroes and a world of villains, so the two worlds have to fight each other.
yeah, it's just, it is rarely ever that black and white.
Exactly, exactly. And again, it was good. Nothing bad about this.
Hmm.
Absolutely nothing. There's not a bad one. There's a weak one, but not a bad one.
It's just like you can understand conceptually why you needed it to exist. It's just, yeah.
Exactly. What about the Shazam one?
Oh, I actually really think that one might have been my favorite one. Maybe it's just a case of recency bias since we saw Fury of the Gods, but
Yep.
yeah.
What about the Nazi, the Overman?
Hmm. That one was definitely conceptually interesting, though I feel like at times it was kind of it
It felt
dragged
like,
a little bit at times, but I liked the concept.
but it had nothing to deal with any of the other books.
Yeah, it was very much a self-contained sort of story.
It felt like Morrison just wanted to do one alternate version of Superman, and that was it.
Mhm. Yeah, and I
Uh,
feel like it was yeah, the main fault against that one is that it really was so disconnected.
exactly. What about the guidebook?
The guidebook, oh, I freaking loved that. I just loved how they managed to make this into some really coherent cosmology when it was really, really easy to screw it up. And I have also learned over the course of this that there are a couple of references and that I realizing that some stuff in Final Fantasy XIV that I didn't know were references because there is an NPC named Nove, and he happens to be taming a happens to have a nursery of fishmen, not of worlds, but it's like, hey, wait a minute, that's a reference to something. And it does actually have an area called Ultima Thule, too. So
Ha!
it's just, hey, I mean,
What?
I already knew the game was full of references. It's just interesting to now be able to get a couple more of them.
What about the Pax America book? Would that be your second favorite?
Yes, thank God someone finally gets Watchmen, and then the guidebook after that. It's just like
Mhm.
actually understanding what Watchmen is about is a point all by itself, since it seems like barely anyone does.
And of course, there's Ultra Comics. We built up. Where's the build up?
Hmm.
Because we kept building up, saying how much it's this cursed comic. It's this cursed comic.
Yeah. And like, yeah, then they just managed to turn it into some straight up existential horror. It's great.
But like I said, you turn the page, it just gets worse and worse as you turn it.
It's just morbid curiosity. You have to know how it all ends, even if it
It's,
ends badly.
I mean, especially here's the big one: those kids. They were normal kids until you turn the page and find it. Then suddenly they're cannibals. Notice that
Mm-hmm.
it wouldn't have turned into cannibals if you didn't turn the page.
Mm-hmm.
Think about that.
Yeah, it's just like I
Again,
said, it's a very similar thematic territory to what Undertale does in the best way.
and again punishes you for continuing reading.
Mm-hmm.
Like I
Like
said,
I can
don't.
see where that I can see where that might end up coming like a bit problematic just from the hey, I should be allowed to just enjoy something that I can see some people taking issue with. I should just be allowed to enjoy something I spent money on, but at the same time, I can't help but
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
Right, and then overall, the two books, the first two, like this whole project in general, I mean, I knew you loved this. I knew you would love this. Just the world building, everything they did.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
It's like there was a lot, but I don't think that it would feel like it was a waste of my time.
it wasn't overwhelming.
Yeah, it's just like they paced it well. Everything largely had its own proper space, and they tied everything together well. I didn't feel like I needed too many refreshers to
And it
sort of
didn't
follow
feel
everything.
preachy. It didn't feel preachy except for that tabloid one.
Yeah, it's just like here's an idea, let's follow it to its natural conclusion.
And you really love that map, right?
Oh yes, I love that map. It definitely reminds me of sort of like how they lay out the various realms in, say, Dungeons and Dragons or whatnot, except it's all of these alternate universes, and it's just like you managed to get all of that into a coherent structure. I am just flabbergasted because that is no mere small feat in world building.
Here's a question: with D&D, has there ever been an idea of a villain taking over people through books?
Hmm. I'm sure that it has been done somewhere in somebody's campaign, and it's just like it's very much the idea of a cognito hazard from SCP, from like the SCP Foundation, where it's just, hey,
I know about SCP. I know
simply
about that.
knowing about that makes
Right.
it a problem.
I always wondered. Do you always think that Necronomicon actually? The reason why people become obsessed with it is because they're acting through the book.
Hmm. I mean, there's sort of a lot of ways you can interpret that kind of thing, but that's certainly one plausible thing, or it's just,
But yeah, so like it shows you Morrison. People always say Morrison's incomprehensible. You understand this just as much as I did, and I just
I
summarized it to
mean,
you.
yeah, it was a lot, but I'm still relatively new to comics, more casual, and I still could follow most of that.
I think it's because he does this big. It's more of a case of big spectacular design, but if you look down at it, you're like I got it. It's like doing this big spectacular performance, this big show, and then you find out, oh, it has the most simplest of executions for it, but your mind wants to make it more complicated in your mind than it actually is.
Yeah, it's like the trick of a master is to make something complicated into something simple.
But in his case, he's doing the opposite.
Hmm.
He's making something simple appear more complicated than it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like it's not necessarily complicated, it's just a lot to remember, and there is a distinct difference between the two. It sort of reminds me of what a lot of people tend to criticize the story of Kingdom Hearts for, where it's
Oh
just like,
yeah.
where it's just like it's not a lot to it's not that hard to follow if you take all of the information in sequence as it was released in the games. Of course it's not going to make a sense if you just watch a 3-hour video essay about it.
Exactly, which some people, but I get why some people think it's good to do those essays, but
Sometimes there's just nothing quite like experiencing it. Sorry, that is a bit of a tangent, but that's just sort of what that controversy
fine.
is reminding me of.
Hey, that's perfectly fine. Um, so yeah, and thank you for joining on for me for this one, and Ingrid, and this was a blast, and we'll see you on the next one as we return to Green Lantern next time you and I do it.
Woohoo!
See ya. Yeah, I think that's enough for today.
Yeah, I have some laundry to go fetch.